There are a lot of misunderstandings and bad information this Festival of the Lost in regards to farms for currencies, what you need to get loot, and how to complete those event challenges. Like, you don't need to farm spectral pages. So, let's fix that. I'll show you my testing, break things down, and present you with what you should do to make the most out of this event. Let's start with the basics. To get access to this free event, visit Ava Levante in the tower. Here, she'll give you the classic carving quest that acts as a tutorial. Equip your festival mask, talk to Ava to get some spectral pages, then complete a haunted lost sector, which can be found by interacting with the hollow tree pedestal next to her or queuing the playlist found in the tower directory. Once you complete the haunted lost sector, you'll return to Ava, who will direct you to the haunted tome pedestal where you'll spend your manifested pages to unlock some lore, show you the event challenges, and then give you the new grenade launcher and a new optional quest, Sophisticated Sculpting, tasking you to complete each of the new legend variants of haunted lost sectors. Now, how does everything work? Well, two key things. One, always have your festival mask on at all times. Without it, you won't get any of the currencies that are needed to earn loot and progress the event. Don't worry, if you delete your mask, you can always buy another one from Ava for 100 Glimmer, or earn them from Haunted Lost Sector completions. Purchasing them on Warlock grants random rolls. Hunters and Titans get fixed rolls based on their equipped Ghost Armorer mod. The second thing is inventory management. You'll need 4 spaces in your consumables inventory to hold the event currencies, as well as space in your Engrams inventory to hold the new Eerie Engrams. Let's go over those currencies. Candy, Spectral Pages, Manifested Pages, Eerie Engrams, and the Lost Memento. Candy is used to buy mystery grab bags from Ava, which give random roll drop items, progress certain event challenges, and are used as a focusing currency with Eerie Engrams to get specific items. The amount of candy you earn depends on the rank of the enemy you defeat and activity you complete. In PvE, you'll earn 1 from miners, 2 from majors, 3 from mini-bosses and champions, and 5 from bosses. Do note that candy isn't guaranteed upon every defeat, mainly on minor enemies, but higher tier enemies always seem to drop candy. Candy are also physical items, so you'll have to run over them to pick them up. In PvP, defeated guardians are worth 4 pieces and are automatically added to your inventory. For nearly all activity completions, there will be a set amount of candy that is awarded, with the amount generally increasing for higher difficulty activities. This year they also added a Sugar Rush feature. Upon picking up some candy, you'll get the amplified buff on any subclass, granting you a burst of speed. Additionally, any unclaimed candy will go to your postmaster. Spectral and Manifested Pages are 2 linked currencies. Like candy, Spectral Pages are earned upon most activity completions, with higher difficulty options generally dropping more. Be aware that you can only hold 75 at a time, so check your inventory often. The purpose of Spectral Pages is to convert them into Manifested Pages, where they can be used to unlock pages from the Tales of the Forgotten lore book, which will progress certain event challenges. I'll say this here, but that really is their only use. You do not need Spectral Pages or to convert them into Manifested Pages to get or increase your event loot. Now, to convert Spectral into Manifested Pages, head into the Haunted Lost Sector activity. This activity will take you into one of 4 spooky lost sectors that'll task you to summon and defeat Headless Ones, pumpkin-headed hive bosses. For every Headless One you defeat, you'll increase your loot gained and convert one of your Spectral Pages into Manifested Pages upon activity completion. Do note that you need to assist in defeating them for it to count towards the number of pages you get converted. To summon them, you'll have to stand in the summoning circles that will appear. The more people in the circle, the faster it'll progress. Then just defeat the Headless One. Be warned, they hurt and will teleport around. After 5 minutes or 10 are defeated, whichever comes first, the final boss will spawn. After you do enough damage to them, they will become immune. To destroy their shield, spawn more Headless Ones, which when defeated will now drop pumpkin bombs that will damage the shield. Don't worry if you miss, bombs will respawn by the trees for you to use. Then, when you've defeated the boss, a chest will open rewarding you with festival weapons, legendary gear, candy, and manifested pages equal to the number of spectral pages you converted, which you can see as a buff on your screen throughout the activity. New this year is the addition of a match-made legend version of these lost sectors. These rotate every 2.5 hours, have 1 type of champion present, overcharged weapons and active surges to boost your damage, galvanized, which makes enemies tougher, and are 1830 power, with the max effective power being 1815. So this activity will make you always be at least 15 under power, so make sure you're at least 1810 overall for a good time, and bring a solid build. Another currency you'll earn from these lost sectors are Eerie Engrams, which have about 10% drop chance on normal difficulty and near 100% chance on legend. These Engrams are used in Hocus Focusing at Ava in the tower, turning these Engrams into a chance at weapons, upgrade materials, or the Memento if you just turn them in, or you can use candy to force the engram to be any of the event weapons, a specific weapon, or an exotic armor piece. What's cool about the exotic armor focusing is that it doesn't require getting exotic engrams, and you can earn exotics that you've yet to unlock on that character. Just know that you still need to own that expansion those exotics come from. Lastly, you have the Lost Memento. Upon completing the Twilight Triumph, you'll get this all-black leather weapons memento you can place on your crafted weapons when you reshape them at the Enclave. Remember, you can only hold one at a time in your inventory, so make sure you use them so you can earn more. To get more, turn in Eerie Engrams, the basic option on the far left that doesn't require candy, for about 20% chance at them dropping. We'll go into more details about the Triumph and farming in a moment. Okay, that's all the basic info. Right now, you need to ask yourself, what do you want out of the event? The event challenges for loot and the title, the event weapons and loot, or the Lost Memento. Regardless, do not farm Spectral pages. Again, people are quick to point out those farms, but they are a waste of time. You don't need them for getting event loot, as they don't impact Haunted Lost Sector rewards, and you don't want to farm them if you're going for the event challenges. I've done about 30 Lost Sector runs, half with Spectral pages and a half not. Both drop the same loot. The influencing factors are RNG and Headless Ones defeated, as I've gotten 4 items from completions with and without pages, but killed over 10 Headless Ones. And this mirrors the past Solstice event, where you didn't need silver leaves to get event loot, just play the activity. For the event challenges, yes, you'll need Spectral pages so you can unlock pages from the lore book, but you'll earn nearly all of them from the other activities you'll have to do. On screen is a condensed list of all the event challenge requirements. As you'll notice, 2 challenges require you to play core playlist activities. One requires 6 games of Crucible or Gambit, the other requires earning 3,600 points by completing core playlist activities, with each offering various values. PvP is on the low end, granting 100 points, strikes are 150 points, and GM Nightfalls are at the top, worth 285 points. Boil that down and you arrive at 30 Crucible or Gambit games, 20 strikes, or 11 GM Nightfalls, on top of the 6 Crucible Gambit games for the Masked Bandit Challenge. If we look at my handy list of Spectral page values, you'll see that, depending on what activities you'll do, you'll earn 100 to 120 Spectral pages by the time you complete this challenge. To unlock all the lore pages this year, you'll need 123 pages. So you're pretty much there. If you still need more pages, then hop into your favorite activity or look to the high page per minute sources. That would be normal lost sectors or heroic public events. During all that time, work on those auto rifle, pulse rifle, sniper, and grenade launcher defeat challenges. Guardian defeats count 5 times that of PvE enemies, so if you prefer playing the Crucible, then feel free to do that there. It's just much easier to farm the necessary kills in PvE. When it comes to doing Haunted Lost Sectors, those related challenges are relatively easy. Pick whichever difficulty you like most, just know you get a boosted completion and Headless One credit for doing the Legend variant. Speaking of which, you'll have to do at least one Legend Haunted Lost Sector, which is an 1830 activity. It is match-made at least, but still, spec into survivability, the appropriate champion weapon, and do your best. Now all that's left are the 2 candy-related challenges. For Mystery Meat, it actually doesn't matter which grab bag you buy, it's a point system. Epic bags are worth twice as much as normal ones, but also cost twice as much. For the best loot, spend your 3,900 candy on epic mystery bags. For the 15,000 candy you'll need overall, let's refer back to our activity rewards chart, but this time for candy. You'll see that from the activities you have to do for the Occult Ritual and Masked Bandit challenges, you should earn somewhere around 8,500 candy. Couple that with the candy you'll get from defeating enemies and other challenges and you'll be around 11,000 candy. For that remaining candy, you don't need to farm. Load up the tower and pick up the candy in both trees. That'll get you about 900 candy, or nearly 2,700 if you do that on all 3 characters. Couple 1 day's inventory's worth of Ava's bounties, plus the candy from your remaining Spectral pages, and you're there. See? No need to farm. To summarize, if you follow this optimal path to completion, it'll take you about 8 to 10 hours. It is on the longer side for an event, but it does last 2 more weeks, so don't burn yourself out right at the start. And what did you get for your effort? Well, you get an event-exclusive ship and shader, 6 new festival masks, an assortment of upgrade materials like an Ascendant alloy, and access to the Ghost Rider title. For those looking to gild the seal, it's actually easier than last year. The one of many challenge doesn't require you spawning and personally defeating all 15 Headless Ones. From my testing, just 10 will do. For the Deathless one, if you do it on Legend difficulty, it wasn't counting my deaths. But for ease of use, or if they fix that, just run normal Haunted Sectors and play your life. The longest grind is Sweet Tooth, requiring 30,000 candy in total, or more accurately, 15,000 more candy. Again, you'll get it passively over the course of the event or by doing candy farms, which I'll discuss in a second. What's new to this event is a Memento, a unique all-black leather shader and title that you can equip onto crafted weapons. To earn it, you first need to complete the Twilight Triumph. First step is to complete the Fallen Saber strike while wearing the Clovis spray mask. Easily done, just queue up the strike from the Cosmodrome. Next, you need to get 100 defeats while wearing the Nimbus mask on Neomuna. Just queue up Terminal Overload or farm your favorite lost sector. Finally, while wearing the Tormentor mask, get 25 finisher defeats in the Legend version of Haunted Lost Sectors. Upon doing so, you'll get the Lost Memento added to your inventory. To earn more, generic focus Eerie Engrams at Ava. That means selecting the option that requires no candy. The options that require candy will not drop a Memento. For my personal and community testing, the drop rate is around 20%. Just remember you can only hold one in your inventory at a time. So if you want more, make sure you socket it into a crafted weapon at the Enclave so more can drop. If you want to technically hold more, you can have one go to your postmaster on each character. Do this by having a full consumables inventory, which is a difficult task for non-veteran hoarders, unless you want to buy a bunch of raid banners. Alright, let's talk about how to farm event loot. For all loot, you'll have to do Haunted Lost Sectors. Now, everyone keeps asking, what are the best Spectral page farms? Because people have been led to believe that you need to convert Spectral pages during a Haunted Lost Sector activity to get loot. This is not true. I've completed runs converting 10 pages and no pages, and still got the same amount of loot. The conclusion from my testing, which seems to align with other people's observations, is that loot is determined by the number of Headless Ones defeated in a run, not Spectral pages transformed. So, don't farm Spectral pages. This also makes sense when you read Ava's tooltip, although how it's formatted it can be interpreted differently. Additionally, Legend versus normal lost sectors don't affect the decrypted loot drops. What difficulty does affect are the chances of earning Eerie Engrams. Normal mode seems to be around 10 or so %, while Legend is near 100. Out of 30 clears, I got an Engram every time, but some people report sometimes not getting one. To maximize your loot, do the Legend version. Even if you're slightly underleveled, like 1810, and they take twice as long, you're still getting an Eerie Engram every time, which is more valuable depending on what loot you want. Now let's head to Ava where we can focus our Eerie Engrams. The generic focusing option, that costs no candy, are for those that want mementos, a chance at enhancement cores and Ascendant Alloy, or don't care what event weapons you get. From my experience, you'll get mainly cores. If you want weapons or exotics over the memento, you'll need candy. Weapons are a personal choice in Destiny, so I highly recommend trying the ones you get to see if you like the feel of them, and look at what perks they can drop. The community is all over the place. Some say they all have meta god rolls, others say they are trash. So again, look and decide for yourself. If you want my opinion, a Cosmic you can skip. There are other and more easily obtainable grenade launchers for PvE or PvP. The other three weapons I think have merit in PvE and PvP. Macabre has the staple snapshot opening shot, as well as auto-loading Vorpal, which I like as a utility role in PvE. Jurassic Green has poor stats, but makes up for it with the field-tested Origin trait which boosts stats by using it. Couple that with Heal Clip and Incandescent, Frenzy, or Golden Tricorn, and you have a great Solar 3.0 weapon. And Horror Story got a huge glow up. 450 autos feel good in all activities, is now a stasis weapon, and you have great combos like Demolitionist Headstone or Dynamic Sway with Target Lock. So if you want a specific weapon, pay the increased candy cost so you'll actually get what you want. For exotic focusing, this is worthwhile for newer or returning players as you can get exotic armor pieces you've yet to unlock. Normally, you would need exotic Engrams or complete Master Lost sectors. Now you can play a chill activity. For all of these, you'll need candy. Looking at our handy dandy candy datasheet, we see that core playlists have similar candy per minute values, with strikes being the best. Overall though, heroic public events offer the highest value of 105 per minute, but this requires being able to do them back to back. So keep a lookout for them in the EDZ. Otherwise, if you own Season of the Witch, farming the Navigator puzzle in the Embaru engine can net you 305 candy in about 3 minutes. This is boring, but the best candy per minute. If you value other loot and time isn't a factor, run your favorite core playlist activity. Okay, let's summarize the loot farm. 1. Stop farming Spectral pages. You don't need them. 2. For mementos, farm Legend Haunted Lost sectors. 3. If you want weapons or exotics, farm Legend Haunted Lost sectors for Eerie Engrams and your favorite candy earning method. Public events, Embaru engine, or the core playlist activity you like best. Besides that, you have some paid cosmetics to consider. Like with every event, there is an upgraded event card that costs 1000 silver. Now, you don't need this to participate in the event. Everything we have discussed thus far are free to earn. With your 1000 silver, you get access to unique cosmetics that are only available this way for this event. Just take a look. Like the look of that smoky shader or candy ghost and be happy with your purchase. Additional event cosmetics can be purchased with silver or bright dust in the Eververse store, so take a look around and check back each week. The main attraction are those themed armor sets, with this year's being bug inspired. The current set, as well as past year sets, can be purchased for 6,000 bright dust or 1,500 silver. Oh, and make sure to look at Ava's bounties. Besides earning chunks of candy, the weekly ones are worth 200 dust each, and the repeatable ones grant 10. Easy way to farm bright dust. And that's how Festival of the Lost actually works. Just remember to always have your mask on, have plenty of space in your inventory, and remember to do Haunted Lost sectors before you hit the 75 Spectral page cap. If you have any other tips or god roll recommendations, feel free to leave them in the comments. And if you found this guide useful, then a like and subscribe really helps out the channel. As always, I am your Commander Pika. Be kind, have fun, and I'll see you on the battlefield.